Hey guys, what's up? I'm here with a Blu-ray DVD collection update. I really don't have much. I got four movies, two of which are from Grindhouse Releasing and two of which are from uh, Blue Underground. This is actually all Italian horror, which is kind of funny and weird, and three out of the four are directed by Lucio Fulci. This one is directed by Umberto Lenzi. Um, I will start with the Blu-ray. I picked up on eBay for about $12 the Blu-ray edition of Lucio Fulci's The New York Ripper. One of my favorite Lucio Fulci films. Very, very sleazy little kind of mystery slasher. I really, really enjoyed this film. It's been a few years since I've watched it. I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I have not seen it in a while. But I remember really liking it and thinking it was a very solid kind of giallo mystery film. Um, Next, we got the only two entries in the Gates of Hell trilogy that I didn't already own, and it is House by the Cemetery, Lucio Fulci's classic, one of my favorite Lucio Fulci films, definitely. Um, it is it's part of the Gates of Hell trilogy, which consists of City of the Living Dead, House by the Cemetery, and The Beyond. And all three of them are basically kind of like supernatural, kind of zombie splatter horror films. And they don't really connect story wise, but they're part of an unofficial trilogy, much like the Vengeance trilogy. How none of the films of the Vengeance trilogy really connect, other than the fact that they're about getting revenge. Uh, really like this film. I actually rewatched this one not too long ago, and it was just as cool and violent and creepy as I remember it being. Next, we have Lucio Fulci's The Beyond, which is probably considered to be one of his best films. I'll be honest. When I first watched this, I wasn't really that blown away by it. The reason I bought it is because A, I didn't have it in the collection, and B, I wanted to rewatch it and give it another chance because I remember not liking it that much when I first watched it. But that was in like my junior year of high school. No, that was like my sophomore year of high school, I think. I'm pretty sure that was like my sophomore year of high school. So it has been nearly 4 years since then. So I figured I would pop this bad boy in tonight and give it a watch. Dim the lights, maybe pop some popcorn. And much like all of Grindhouse Releasing's things, it comes with a little booklet. Well, in this case, like in some of their earlier releases, it isn't just like a little booklet that has some writings. It's also got the chapters on it, some poster artwork, and it itself unfolds into a very, very nice little poster. I do not know what language this is, but the artwork is very, very nice on that. Just like with all Grindhouse releases, they usually put out some pretty good stuff. And now another movie much like The Beyond that I basically bought to A, give another chance and rewatch, and B, just to have it in the collection because I don't have many cannibal films, is Umberto Lenzi's, probably his most famous film. It is Cannibal Ferox. I decided to go for the DVD because I don't care enough about the film to get the Blu-ray. I remember thinking that this film was a little... I gotta cover the nudity. I remember thinking that this film was a little bit overblown and overhyped, and I always thought, and I remember saying when I initially watched it that it feels like a Cannibal Holocaust ripoff. But then again, there aren't. It's the cannibal when it comes to the cannibal genre, there isn't a lot you can really do with the cannibal genre. And since my first exposure to the cannibal genre was Cannibal Holocaust, I kind of feel like I say that one is like the best, and that any other one is a ripoff. Well, I used to say that until I realized that the film that started the cannibal craze of the 70s and 80s was, I believe, Man from Deep River in the 70s, as well as Mountain of the Cannibal God. Those two were like two of the ones that really started it off, and then it blew up with Cannibal Holocaust and Cannibal Ferox. But I mainly bought it to maybe rewatch it, give it another chance, be open-minded. I do remember there was a lot of really cool gore effects and stuff in this movie, so I'm going to try to rewatch this one without getting too biased on it. And just like, this is pretty cool. They don't have these. They never put these in any of the other releases from Grindhouse Releasing that I own, but it is the entire filmography of Umberto Lenzi on the back of the slip, which is very, very cool. It's cool little information. It also has that in the Beyond one, but put that disc back in there. And also it has, again, got to cover the nudity, poster artwork, chapter list, write-ups on the film, and of course, as always, well, at least most of the time, I really wish I would have done it with Massacre Mafia style, because I would legitimately have that framed, or at least, you know, put it up like I did my Pieces one without putting holes in it. I wouldn't put nails or tacks through it. But again, poster art, Make Them Die Slowly, the original U.S. cover art. I think that's another reason that I didn't really like Cannibal Ferox that much, because, again, my only exposure to the cannibal genre before Ferox was Holocaust, and Holocaust is not very, I mean, while it is a cannibal exploitation film from the 80s, it isn't really, like, as exploitive as this one is. I mean, this one they just put straight up on the cover, you know, banned in 31 countries and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm sure they put something like that on the cover of the Cannibal Holocaust release that they did, and I will be picking up the Blu-ray of that. I already pre-ordered the Blu-ray that they're doing of Cat in the Brain. But but this one just feels a lot more kind of like sleazy, and as much as I like sleaze, again, my first experience was a, dare I even say, beautiful, well-made, albeit extremely violent and disturbing film. That was my first exposure to the genre, so I guess I kind of expected that out of every entry. I've learned better than that, especially when it comes to Italian horror, so I will definitely be giving this one a watch, giving this one a rewatch. But anyway, guys, that's really it for this Blu-ray DVD collection update. I'm Biscuit Bill 69, signing off. Peace.